is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
My name's Sophie.
My name's Julia.
I'm Amanda.
And this is our video book talk on
The Hate You Give with the CEO of Indigo, Heather.
So my name is Heather Reisman. My connection to the book is it was given to me by a member of our book team, a particular member who focuses on teen books and books that we call crossover. That is, they may have been written for a teen, but anybody could read them and enjoy them. So we call those crossover books. Sometimes we find that they're used in book clubs for adults, or they're book clubs for teens, or they're book clubs that are mixed. So it was given to me from that point of view. Somebody on our team had read it, loved it, and she said, I think you're going to love this book. And I read it, and I loved it. Well, basically, this is a book that follows a character who is drawn to activism, becomes an activist, after she witnesses police shooting her unarmed friend. That's basically what it's about, and how Star Carter, who is 16 years old, and she lives in a poor black neighborhood, and she actually attends a very fancy prep school, so she experiences two worlds, and she is very aware of the differences in those two worlds and the differences that people experience when they live in those two worlds. I was just moved. Harry's Pick is just a book I read that I love, where I'm drawn in from the very first paragraph almost, where I feel the characters are authentic. I could relate to them, meaning I feel they're real. And somehow when I read a book and I forget that I'm reading a book, or I forget that somebody made this up, I'm just in the story, unaware. I'm unaware of the author. I'm just in the story. I love those kinds of books. And that's what happened to me when I read this book. I found the story real and compelling. It obviously addresses real things that go on these days. It touches on, so much of the separateness that seems to exist in the world today between a small number of people, what is a relatively small number of people who live very, very rich lives in every way, and so many people who seem to be separated from that life. So I love the story. I love the underlying issue. I felt there was a lot of integrity to it. I think I love the part that the police didn't want to investigate, and she was just intent that this was going to be solved. I mean, I think even the idea of a young person taking on the system, and making it work, I always relate to those people who want to rail against established things in a system and say, no, we can't accept this, we have to make it better.
Yeah.
I like that. Won't be disappointed. I would tell anybody who picked up this book that they truly, not only won't they be disappointed, but this is a book that will stay with you and you will remember it long after you've read it.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.